Shelley, I really want to thank you for coming into the office today. As you know, you and I have had at least 15 visits in the past. As is our practice here, we like to touch base with our parents about their children and how they are doing at home as well as at school here. So I thought I would take this opportunity to ask you how things are working for you in your house right now with Mikhail and your routines that you have there. Can you talk a little bit about your morning routine for us and what that might look like before you come?
Sure. Well, she sleeps really well and just kind of wakes up on her own in the morning, and then we have breakfast, and she's good at breakfast, and then we do the clothes change and all of that, and sometimes she's kind of resistant to changing her clothes and not wanting to get out the door. But
I understand. So what have you been doing at home to try and help with that transition time? Do you lay her clothes out ahead of time, or are you starting to allow her to choose some of the pieces of clothing that she wears?
we do some of each depending on how much time we have in the morning, but like if we let her choose, then she goes through and says, no want it, no want it.
Okay.
And that would be to everything. And so then eventually we just pick something and she'll be like, okay.
Okay, so you must make really great choices. But I want to tell you what you've done is you've found a very good and workable solution for that. And oftentimes that's what we're hoping our parents are going to do, that they're going to identify the areas that they're struggling with at home and then make those adjustments so that they can come to school. Are there any other transition times that she is struggling with?
I think they've been having trouble in the classroom with her changing from one activity to another. And they're trying to help her with that through showing her some picture cards in advance to kind of prepare her for what's coming up. We haven't done that at home, but they say that's working in the classroom.
Okay. Well, and that's certainly an idea that we can do at home for you too. Oftentimes I will talk to parents about maybe taking pictures out of magazines, for instance, and maybe even having Mikhail look through the magazine with you, picking out those pictures that would help remind her this is what I need to do next. Transitions, by the way, are terrible for all children. How is Mikhail doing with her health? Is she doing pretty well with that?
Well. Really well. She's in the last 6 weeks, she's been to Peoria twice for tests, one on her bladder, which she has the reflux of the bladder, and then just yesterday for a blood draw for her thyroid. And so those are her two conditions, and just she's had checkups on those recently.
And so she's doing okay with her health?
Really well.
I am very pleased to hear this.
Too.
I have to tell you, great reports from her speech pathologist, of course. Mikhail is putting together many words now and saying many sentences, but she's also still signing. And we had a unique experience with one of the ISU students that came to visit to observe, because Mikhail was signing to me the day that I was in there to serve her snack. And it was great because it gave us all an opportunity to do that, and that is another language for Mikhail. So see, again, you're doing all these things to stimulate her brain function, which helps in her overall development. I can't say enough what great things you're doing with her in your house and how things are happening here.
When asked about Mikhail's future, her mother, Shelley Marquis, says she hopes it's bright.
I see full inclusion for her school-aged years. I see her holding a job and possibly being independent, living on her own.
And I think that those are very realistic goals for her. I will tell you, it's going to be very important that you stay, connected to all of her educational professionals, and I know that you will.
Right.
And I think that as she grows and changes, I think the way that you have problem solved for her is going to be very instrumental in how her future is going to look. When you lay awake at night, sorry, can you tell me what is the thing you worry the most for her?
I guess it's not specific to her, but just about any of my kids, just the unknown, of what they'll face. And I guess specifically to her, it would be, who will take care of her when we're gone, and what that might look like for her and her siblings. And
Well, and I will share with you, this is a great time to begin those plans. It's a great time to talk about that planning and to talk to experts about that, because that probably is going to be important in the future. She may still need some assistance,
Right.
you know, from her siblings. But if you put all these things in place now, that will reduce that worry for you.
That's true.
If you could change anything right now, what would you change?
I wouldn't change Mikhail because she's added so much to our life. Can't imagine life without her. I might change the way people would react to her.
Okay. Have you seen different reactions to her?
Oh, just, I mean, not much negative, but just stares and just after she was first born. I mean, you know, people were just different things people said. And it just made me, you know, as you read things and you're aware of what goes on in the world, it makes you more aware of things that could be said to her or things she could experience because of her disability.